Hey guys, I just saw the video from my nephew talking about the stocks that are most popular on Netflix, on on Robinhood from 6 to 10, and I thought I'd break down my portfolio as to what I have the most of. And I was looking at the top 100, and I only have like four, let's say about four of these stocks in my portfolio. And so let's talk about what I have. Actually, probably five. So I'm looking at the Vanguard portfolio and how that's broken down a little bit, and I was trying to compare it to some of the stocks that I have. So I'll compare a little bit to Vanguard as well. I've always liked Vanguard because they were always the cheapest one to invest into. Now it's definitely cheaper to invest into all these other things on your own. So that's why I like doing things on my own. However, I do like to compare it to other companies like Vanguard that have been doing it forever and see how they invest their money. And if they have a large holding in these companies, it kind of draws me to these companies as well. So let's start with what I have. First of all, new residential. Talk about that one a lot. I actually have quite a bit of that. That's 39.4% of my portfolio, which is quite high. But I'll tell you why I have it quite high at this point, because I'm trying to maximize my dividend return. Now I've been looking. In fact, I've been sitting here for about 2 hours, looking at all the different REITs, looking at all these different companies, looking at see and trying to figure out. Let's see, is there a better REIT than this one at this point that I can find? There's more expensive ones. There's cheaper ones. There's some that have gone down on the amount of dividend that they're paying, so they've actually dropped down. For instance, I think Washington, I'll find it right now. I think it's WPS or something like that. And it's dropped down, and basically you have to watch out when you're investing into REITs. And NRZ I like because it's diversified. Now that there's going to be rate cuts, that there is a rate cut from the federal government, that's going to affect REITs also, and so we have to look at a REIT that is diversified, and this is one of those. And for now, I have 39.4%. To tell you the truth, I don't mind increasing that even to 50% at this point until I keep on bringing in more dividend, and that dividend can be dispersed into other companies, and so I can keep on purchasing other companies. Now, the second one that I have the most of is actually a company that's going to be sold off. I've talked about this one as well. Cypress Semiconductor. That's 25.3% of my portfolio. So that company is being sold off. That's going to clear up quite a bit of money for me, so that then I can distribute that into the other companies. So this distribution, once that sale goes through, this is going to change the whole portfolio as to how I'm invested. I need to find another good company, and I think I already found some of semiconductors and companies like that I want to invest into. And I just really like the price of CY. I thought it was a good company. If this sale goes through, it's going to end up making me a very good profit that I've made with this company, so I'm very thankful for it, and they've done great. And 25% of my portfolio is there. Now let's go. Then it drops down significantly. Next is Disney. Disney I just recently bought, and it is 6.74% of my portfolio at this time. The price has dropped down to about 116 right now, I believe, and so that's a great price. Initially, at one point, I had bought it at 103. I sold it very soon after, like a day or two after. It went up to about 130. And then it started coming down with all this coronavirus, which we've been talking about quite a bit, and it's dropped down, and now it's about 116, I believe, and 116 ain't bad. Actually, I like that price. It's at 117 right now, and so I don't mind that price. That's actually pretty good, and I'm gonna try to possibly buy a little bit more of Disney as well. So that may increase a little bit as far as the percentage in this amount of stock that I have here. Now, the next one is CRMD, Cormedics, I believe, and that's 5.4%. That one actually already made back my profit. I sold the shares so that I can make back all the money I invested into it. So everything that's there is 100% profit. I'm letting it sit there because whenever this comes out totally and it's used throughout the medical field, then it's going to do fantastic. Then again, if I lose everything because something happens, and that's fine, it was all profit anyway, it doesn't really matter to me at this point. But that hopefully will grow, and as it grows and it starts going out there, then I'll probably end up selling that one at some point as well. But for now, I'm letting it sit. It's at 5.4%, not too bad. We'll let it sit there for a while. Now the next one is also one that I just recently bought. The next three actually are some that I just recently bought. Microsoft is next, 4.59%. That's a company I want to have a lot more of, actually. Now, when you compare that to Vanguard only has 3.35% in their portfolio. But of course, they're talking about trillions of dollars that they invest in there. So I don't mind having this a little bit higher on mine, so that I can have Microsoft as one of my major investments as time goes on. I like the company. It's going to keep on growing, and I like that there is a lot of investment into this company. There is a lot of cloud storage that's going on with Microsoft, and a lot of different changes that are going on over time. So I really like that company. I know it's going to grow. The analysts really think that it's going to grow and it's going to be a major player in the future. And the price is very good right now. I think right now the price is, what are we talking about? Let's see. 166.09. So I'm going to let that go down a little bit under that price. I actually probably bought it like at 150 something when it just recently dropped. So because I have it a little cheaper, I may just look at it over the next few days because they're still expecting some changes and some drops in the stock market. So I'll watch it, and as I watch it, then hopefully I'll buy a little bit more and increase my percentage there as well. I like the next company quite a bit, and I think I'm going to buy more. I only have 2.68%, but it is Apple. And this one, Vanguard has 3.3% of their portfolio in this one. So these two companies, Microsoft and Apple, are two of the companies that they have the biggest money invested into. And so I don't know why it shouldn't be some of the two that my main money is invested into as well, because these two companies are great. I think they're going to keep on growing. I think they're going to do fantastic. And I don't have to say much about Apple, do I? I mean, it's Apple. So we're good. Next one. Recently bought it. My kids actually have this one. They've had it for years and years and years, and they've done extremely well with it. But it recently took a hit, and it recently took a big hit, dropping from about 130, and now it's in the 90s. But the dividend is fantastic. I think they give about $5.06 per share. And that company is Chevron. Chevron, I have 2.29% invested into that now. Just recently bought it. Vanguard has about 0.66% invested into this company. That's the same that they have in Disney as well. I didn't mention that, but that's what they have in Disney as well. But Chevron is going to be strong. I think I want to keep it there for a few years in this company. I may increase the amount of shares I have in this, especially if the price stays there in the 90s. I like it, and I'm shaking the table. Let me get my elbow off of there. The next company, ECC. This is a company that I recently also purchased, and I think, when did I get this one? I got it. Let me go in my portfolio here and see. Let's see, when did I get this one? Eagle Point Credit. We got it probably in February. Yeah, we bought it in February sometime. And I have 2.18% in this company. Eagle Point Credit seems like a very good company also. They do generate good income. It is if I'm not mistaken, I think it's a monthly dividend payer. And so that is the reason I looked into a lot of these monthly stocks that they pay dividend, and that was the one that really stood out for me. And I compared it to quite a few stocks out there. So ECC is 2.18%. Next one is CCR, and this one I have 1.92% of. It's also a dividend stock. I think it's also a monthly stock that pays dividend. So this is another good one that I researched as well. And the last two that I'm going to talk about here is BPMX. BPMX is, of course, a biotech stock, and we've had it for quite a bit. We took a hit because of the reverse split. However, that company is actually going to merge with a different company as well, and then they'll have a lot more to add to their pipeline. And in addition, they'll be able to finish their phase 3 study. So hopefully, if they can complete those things, then this company, in combination with the company that they're kind of getting together with, will be able to give us a good return on our money as well. And the last one is DRAD. DRAD I initially bought some time ago. You'll probably see some videos in the past where they were actually giving dividend. Shortly after I bought it, they decided that they were not going to be giving dividend, and they were going to become a stock holding company. And so the price did drop a little bit on that. I think they may have had a reverse split at some point also. However, I have 1.63% in that. That one I am just letting sit, just like I am doing with BPMX and CRMD. So the stocks that I really do like here, I like them all actually, because I researched them all, and I think that they're very good stocks, and I think that if you own these, you'll probably do fine. But NRZ I've always liked, CY I like, unfortunately it's being sold. Disney I'm going to increase. I'm going to increase Microsoft. I'm going to increase Apple. And I hopefully may increase Chevron. I'm thinking of a few stocks that I want to add to this. One is Alibaba. It's pretty cheap right now, but it's kind of like an Amazon, right? So it should do very well, and I think it's going to go up as well. So I think we just have to look at that one. I'm still thinking about it. I'm not too sure if I want to buy that one. If any of you have that stock, let me know what you guys think about that one. There's two other stocks I'm going to add, and these are big ones, so I'm going to have to add one or two at a time. That's it. One is Amazon. Amazon is huge, and that one I'll be happy if I just buy one just to have it, because I don't know how high that stock is going to go as far as price. They're pretty high right now. I think it's at I think it's 1900 or something like that, and that is expensive. And so I don't want to have that much into it, but I know that I do want to at least have something to look forward to in that stock. And so I'm going to buy that, hopefully. And then the other one that we're going to hopefully look at is Google. And Google, I would like to have to buy one or two of those as well, because I believe that Google also has a ways to go. It's a very expensive stock. I think that if you're just starting off, that's probably not the way to go, because you want to not be losing money, and these stocks tend to increase and decrease and increase and decrease quite a bit. But I think in the long run, as you are making more profits and you're putting money into the different stocks, it's probably a good idea to have stocks that are going to be growth stocks that are just going to take off and grow great, because at some point maybe they'll start giving very good dividend, and at least you'll be part of that as well. It's always nice to have stocks that are great companies that are out there and still growing and are very innovative as well. The one stock I don't have, and I really don't even want to buy, is Tesla. I know it went up tremendously. I personally just don't have confidence in that stock. I think it's gonna drop down. Maybe if it drops down dramatically, which it might, then possibly at that point I will go on ahead and jump in and get that as well. So I wanted to tell you all a little bit about the percentages that I have. What do you all think about those percentages? I think having a REIT as a high percentage stock may not be the best choice, but like I said, I explained that a little bit as to why I'm doing it for now. And that this percentage will change in the future. It's going to change dramatically, I know. But for now, I think we'll keep it this way, maximize our dividends that we're getting back, and then apply that dividend to the other stocks that I really want to purchase as well. And let's see how it goes. Guys, please like, subscribe. We want to keep on growing this channel. As my nephew was saying, you know, hit that like button, hit the subscribe button. I know it's in one corner. I don't know what corner that would be at. I think it's this one right there probably. Anyway, no, maybe it's that one. I don't know. Thank you all very, 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 very much for watching these videos. We enjoy making them for you. They're fun. It's work, but it's fun work, and we enjoy researching this stuff. We're going to research a whole bunch more things as well for you guys, and we're still working on some good videos that are coming up. Our man cave video should be coming up today or tomorrow as well, and then we're going to add some nice ones that are man cave ideas for you guys, and those are going to be pretty cool. All right guys, take care.